to bless our day and forgive our sins. Our sermon today is drawing our attention and also to show our sadness over the devaluation of our currency, the naira. Naira is getting devaluated most every day to dollar. Now, as for yesterday, which I heard that 1,250 is standing for $1. This is an indication that people are getting into more difficulties. So you can imagine, you can surprise how the dollar or the naira is getting the serious devaluation. Like some says, for the past 10 years to now, that 20 naira in Nigeria is now valued at 2,000 naira. That means for the last 10 years, 20 naira in last 10 years is now 2,000 at this present days. You know that we are in calamities. We are in serious problem. So what can we do to get out from these problems? So the economists, they give their own suggestions. And also Islam give us its own suggestions. Take for example what some are saying, that comparing our naira to the currency of other countries. Take for example the CD of Ghana. They say that 11 CD .2 is equivalent to $1. Rand, the South African money, 17 Rand .6 is equivalent to $1. The dinar of Algeria, 17 dinar is equivalent to $1. The dinar of Libya, that is 4.7 dinar, is equivalent to $1. The pound of Ethiopia, 31 pounds of Ethiopia is equivalent to $1. Ethiopia is a dry country. Ethiopia is a very poor country. I have been there. I see the country. Ethiopia, they don't have means of incomes apart of the aeroplanes that they have that are flying all over the world. They don't have mineral resources. They don't have land for farm. They are very, very dry. But they maintain the dignity of their own money to the extent that 31 pounds is equivalent to $1. But unfortunately, for Nigeria, is 1,250 as for yesterday, is equivalent to $1. And Nigeria has been recorded as the 10th richest country in terms of mineral resources. But also Nigeria has been recorded in the poor country that the indigents are suffering. They are living below $1 in it per day. That means many Nigerians cannot afford to raise 1,000 naira every day. How can they survive? How can they feed their family? How can they go about the school fees of their children? How can they go about treating their own families when they are sick? So it's very unfortunate. So they said there's only way out is if the richest one among us, the most enjoyed people, they can reduce the capacity, the level of living, the cost of living. If they can reduce it down, so the poor one can also be getting something. But unfortunately, our mandates our representatives in the government, our politicians, majority, they don't bother the matter of the poor. The lawmakers, you know the dispute that is going on nowadays for buying vehicle for them. For every senator, the vehicle, you will get a vehicle of almost 160 million to buy one vehicle for a senator. So you can understand that they are not considering the late or the masses that voted for them. When people are shouting, disputing that this is, it's not as this kind of time, it's not permitted, it's not good for them to be spending this money just for buy vehicles. What they are saying is the roads of Nigeria are not good roads. A senator needs to have a big car that can be hitting the hole on the road. They cannot go and fall. Say Allahu Akbar. Instead of them to gather this money and to appeal to government, go and use this and repair the road. Let everyone enjoy the road. I think it could be better. But because they don't have calculation, they don't have masses in their own mind, they have already been there up. Dollar, if can reach 5,000 naira, they can survive. That's why they are not pity the masses. So they say that if they can reduce the cost of living, they can be balancing the condition of the masses. Number two, they say that if they can stop mismanaging the public fund, the masses can survive. Number three, if they can stop corruption, the masses can survive. These 3 points, there are some economics brought it out as the solution for the country, for the situation nowadays. I know that it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Let us go to number 2, to the other side. The suggestion that Allah brought, that for us to have to ease our condition, which I pick 5 of it to mention it. The first one is taqwa. If you can have the fear of Allah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ease our condition. Because we are Muslims, we are servants of Allah, we have to believe in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying. Number 2, if we can put our trust on Allah, we cannot enrich ourselves. We cannot find solution for ourselves. We can be following the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directed us to follow to get the legitimate sustenance. Allah can bless it, however small it is, and we can get ourselves on the straight path. But our life is showing that everyone is looking for his own maneuver, his own way. You're clever, you know how to manage yourself to get money, just like you are directing yourself, and it's not the way out. Number 3 is establishing the regular prayers. We are joking with our prayers. Majority of us, we cannot abandon our activities and answer the call of Allah in our masajid. This is a very serious issue that is demising and put Muslims into problem. If you are not serious for a salat, you are not respecting Allah. When the muazzin say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, that means is throwing a challenge on you that answering the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is better than whatever you are doing, whether you say yes or you say no. When you leave your activities and prepare for the masjid, that means Allah knows that you respected Him. You respected Him. That you agree that going to worship Allah is better than whatever you are doing in this life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respect you also. But when you abuse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahu Akbar for the first time, you didn't answer. Up to the end of Azan, you are running your activities, you are doing your things. You disobey Allah, you disregard Allah, Allah will not regard you. Number 4 is establishing justice. Whatever people are doing, they have to do on justice. If it's a vote, we have to do our politics on justice. You cannot turn politics like a fighting. You can do everything to win election. We are praying for the election that's coming ahead, maybe in the next 2 weeks, in Kogi and some other, maybe 3 states in Nigeria. So look at the way people are going for campaign. In Bayelsa, they even shoot people because they want to win by any way. So this is unfortunate to abuse human being because of election. Look at in Kogi also, just become like a fight. Like a fight. You have to be praying for them. Election cannot lead to injustice. Injustice cannot sustain our country. Injustice cannot give us peace in our land. We have to do justice in our resources. We have to do justice in our court. Look at the way courts are playing with the mind of people. So courts nowadays, majority is who you know there or what you presented there. So if you cannot sustain justice in our system of in our court, that means you don't want to sustain peace in the country. Number 5 and last is seeking forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Muslim, you have to be seeking forgiveness of Allah every day in thousands, in abundance. You seek forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah promised that when you are seeking forgiveness of Allah, Allah will open way for you and Allah will ease your condition. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease our condition, and may Allah help our Palestinians that have been killed, used to be killed by the Jew day and night.